Yes.
Could you please state your name?
Jason Rodriguez.
Spell your last name?
Rodriguez.
And currently, where are you living?
In the 33rd precinct.
Okay. And you got there yesterday?
Yes.
Where were you living before that?
In NFETC.
Okay. And do you know how long you've been there for?
About 4 years.
All right. Do you know who Laura Klossner is?
Yeah.
Who is she?
He's my attorney.
Okay. Before today in court, when was the last time you saw her?
I don't remember.
Do you remember where you saw her last?
At NFETC.
Okay. You don't remember when that was?
No.
Do you remember who was with her?
I believe Dr. Pritchard.
Okay. Now, you've heard testimony about delusions, hallucinations, mental illness. Do you think you have a mental illness?
No.
Okay. Is sharp tooth real?
Yes.
Is the brain hacking real?
Yes.
Is the conspiracy and the gang stalking real?
Yeah, that happened to me, correct.
And the harassment, that is real?
That happened to me also.
Okay, so all of those things I just mentioned in the list have actually happened to you.
Yeah.
You actually got zapped at the turnpike?
Yeah.
And they implanted something in your head?
No. They recorded my inner ear frequencies.
Okay. And they are able to kind of broadcast to you through
those frequencies.
Through the frequencies in your inner ear.
Yeah.
All right. And Sharptooth, can he imitate different voices?
Yes.
Can he imitate my voice?
He'll try.
Can he imitate Ms. Kloster's voice?
He'll try.
Can he imitate Judge Perry's voice?
He could try, yes.
Can you tell the difference between what is Sharptooth imitating a voice and what is a real voice?
Sometimes, but I have to concentrate more.
Okay. What's your opinion of Dr. Williams?
Dr. Williams, he only sees me an hour a month, not even 10 minutes.
10 minutes a month?
Yeah.
And he's your treating physician at NFETC?
Yes.
Has that always been the way since you've been there for over like almost 4 years? He's seen you 10 minutes a month?
Yeah.
And did you used to tell him about Sharptooth?
Yes.
Did there come a time when you stopped telling him about Sharptooth?
Yes, because he didn't do anything about it.
What do you mean he didn't do anything about it?
Well, in order for me to sleep, he tried giving me Ambien on top of everything else, and it didn't function.
Okay. So you just stopped telling him about Sharptooth?
Yeah. I just tell him that I still hear the voice, and I don't know what he writes down or anything. So.
Okay. What about the nurses on a daily basis? Do they ever ask you if you're hearing voices?
No, it's something you got to report.
Okay. So you on your own have to kind of speak up and tell them?
Yes.
Do you do that every day?
I'm sleeping. How can I do it?
Okay. Why are you sleeping so much?
Because I'm sedated.
All right. Do you normally sleep that much?
No.
No.
But there's nothing to do, so I just sleep.
Okay. Does Sharptooth ever tell you to do things?
He has in the past.
Okay. When was the last time he told you to do something?
Just a couple of weeks ago.
All right.
Against a resident at NFETC.
Now,
but I didn't act upon it.
Okay. Do you believe that your trial, part of the defense in your trial should be evidence about Sharptooth?
Yes,
And evidence about the conspiracy
yes,
and the brain hacking
yes,
and the stalking?
yes, that's correct.
All right. Because that goes to your defense in your case.
Yes.
All right. If I can have just a moment, please.
You may.
If we don't talk about Sharptooth in your trial, would you feel like you're getting a fair trial or not?
Well, something that happened to me, I think, is relevant.
To the trial?
Yeah.
And if we don't bring it up, do you think that you would not receive a fair trial?
Yes.
As far as when you were here last time, do you remember being here back in May for a competency hearing?
Yes.
Do you remember how many breaks we had to take?
No.
Do you remember who requested those breaks?
Me.
Do you remember why?
Because I wasn't feeling well.
Okay, was it you weren't feeling well because you felt sick, or was it your head?
Out of my head.
Was it just a simple headache that aspirin could have fixed, or was it something more than that?
No, it was more than that.
All right. Could you explain to us what it was?
I went without the whole night sleeping because I didn't get my medication.
Okay.
And then I had to stay up all day, so
Were you hearing voices
a little bit, yeah.
during the hearing?
Yes.
Was that distracting to you?
Yes.
Okay. Does it make it difficult to concentrate on what's going on in court when you're hearing other voices?
It does.
If you're not hearing a voice, is there any type of other noise that you're hearing?
Like a muffled sound of a radio.
A muffled sound of a radio?
Yeah.
Like white noise?
No, like shh, like that.
Okay. Like when the judge flips the little noise on when they want some privacy at the bench, that noise?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. But you hear, if you're not hearing a voice, you're hearing some other little shh noise?
Yeah.
All right.
It's from my right ear.
As far as testifying at trial, if you were to decide to testify at trial, would part of your testimony include talking about Sharptooth?
Yes.
And would part of your testimony consist of explaining the conspiracy and how it works?
Yeah.
Have you spent a lot of time kind of working that out, how, putting the pieces together of how the conspiracy has worked?
Yeah.
And when you talk with your lawyers, you talk with us about Sharptooth,
We have.
okay, and what your expectations are at trial as far as the conspiracy and Sharptooth.
Yes.
If I could have one more moment, please.
You may.
All right.
Cross-examination.
Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez.
More.
Do you know who I am?
No.
Excuse me?
No, I don't.
Do you know what a prosecutor is?
Yes.
What does a prosecutor do?
try to prove if you're guilty or not guilty. Or
And the two women who are sitting at the table that you just left, who are they?
they're my lawyers
Okay, and what is their job?
to defend me.
Do you have faith in them?
Yes,
Have you been able to communicate with them regularly?
I would say yes.
Do you feel that they understand you when you communicate with them?
Yeah,
Do you get along?
yeah.
Have you been able to tell them some of the facts surrounding what happened on November 6th of 2009?
No,
Why not?
that's irrelevant at this moment.
Okay. Have you been asked questions about that?
Yes,
Who has asked you questions about it?
the doctors.
Okay. And what did you tell them happened on November 6th of 2009?
Again, that's irrelevant.
Okay. Where were you on November 6th of 2009?
I was at my house, my
I'd object us to
school.
getting into the facts of the case, Your Honor, as far as competence goes.
Response from the state?
Your Honor, one of the factors is whether or not the defendant can disclose to counsel facts pertinent to the proceedings at issue, and the events of November 6th of 2009 are certainly pertinent to the proceedings at issue.
Objection will be overruled.
All right, I'm sorry. Where were you on November 6th of 2009?
Was at the post office at my school and at home.
Okay. Were you at home first?
Yeah,
Who was there with you?
no one.
Was your mother there?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Do you remember talking to your mother before you went to the school or to the post office?
Yes,
Do you remember whether or not you had a gun?
yes,
Okay. Why did you have a gun?
because I was being gangstalked
By whom?
by a crowd of people at my job. Even OPD and the sheriff's office were there.
All right. What is gang stalking?
Gangstalking is when a group of people decide to stalk one person.
All right. By stalking, do you mean follow them around?
Up to that degree, yes.
Okay. Anything else involved in the stalking besides following,
Yes.
such as
Threats.
what kind of threats?
Well, from the sheriff's office, I got a threat, and from OPD as well.
What kind of threats?
Verbal.
What were they?
They were telling me, pardon my French here, they were telling me that you want me to get rid of this,
I'm sorry.
that you wanted me to get rid of this motherfucker.
Who were the
That
who
was
the
the
motherfucker?
sheriff. Or the sheriff did that to me.
Okay. Who specifically were they referring to?
Well, they were looking at me and touching their holster, so it had to be me.
Okay. Was that happening on November 6th of 2009 or before that?
No, before that.
Was it happening on that day?
No.
Okay. So you were at home. Did you eat breakfast?
Yes.
And did you decide to go out that day?
Yes.
Where did you decide to go?
As I said, I went to my school
Okay.
and to the post office.
How did you get there?
My mother's car.
Did you have a car?
Yeah.
Why didn't you take your car?
It didn't have gas.
Okay. Did you go to the school first?
Yes,
What was your plan in going to the school?
to re-enroll
In what?
in a master's degree in business.
Who did you speak with at the school? Do you remember?
No,
Where did you go at the school?
to the general office they have there for doing for matriculation.
Right, okay. So you had said earlier that you had a gun because you were being gang stalked. Did you take the gun onto campus?
Nah, I didn't do that.
Why not?
Because the gun on campus is not allowed.
Did you know that it would be wrong to take a gun onto campus?
Yes,
So what did you do with the gun?
I left it in my car.
Now, you had a concealed weapons permit, right?
Yes,
So did you carry the gun securely in a holster?
yes,
How come you didn't just throw it in the back seat?
because someone could see it and take it.
Okay. Did you know that it would be wrong for you to openly carry that weapon?
Openly carry, yes, but concealed is allowed.
All right. So you knew that it would be legal to carry it in a concealed fashion because of the permit, but open carrying would have been illegal.
Yeah,
So you didn't take it onto that campus.
no,
How long were you on the campus?
about 2 hours.
Were you able to register like you wanted to?
No,
Why not?
because I didn't have the money to do so at the moment.
Did you have a job?
No,
Why did you not have a job at that point?
I lost it.
Which job was it that you lost?
A job at Subway.
Why did you lose that job?
Huh?
Why did you lose that job?
Again, because of the gang stalking and all that.
Okay. How did the gang stalking cause you to lose that job?
Well, my managers realized what was going on. They said something had happened to me. Someone did something to me. And
Who?
Sharptooth,
What did Sharptooth do?
he retrieved my inner ear frequencies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this was at the subway?
No, that happened earlier in 2005 at the Florida's Turnpike northbound exit
Right,
of the Turkey Lake Plaza.
right. You said that your managers at Subway somehow found out about this?
Yeah, because people were going inside and doing stuff.
What people?
The public in general that came almost every day, our clientele.
Okay, you're talking about the people who came to get a sandwich.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you recall crashing your car into the subway where you worked?
No,
Now, when you couldn't successfully enroll at the school because you didn't have any money, did that make you mad?
no.
How did you feel?
Again, it's irrelevant
Why?
because my feelings don't matter at this moment.
Were you upset?
What, at this moment?
No, when you couldn't enroll because you didn't have any money.
Oh yeah, I was I felt deception
Okay. By whom?
by everything that was going on.
Like what?
I lost my job. I can no longer function in engineering jobs and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
All right. So who deceived you?
I believe it's a conspiracy.
Who's involved?
The Turnpike, RSNH in Orange County.
Orange County Public Works.
Yeah,
All right, so these entities were depriving you of money
yes,
because they fired you or you lost your job,
yes.
and that made you angry.
No, I wasn't angry.
Okay, you were deceived.
Yeah, deception.
Right.
Trying to find out what was going on.
All right. So when you couldn't get into the university because you didn't have any money, you decided to go where?
To the post office to see if I had an unemployment check.
Okay, which post office was this?
The one off of Michigan Avenue.
Michigan and Delaney?
Yeah.
Now, when you got back to your car, what did you do about the gun since you had left it in there?
I holstered it up again.
Did you wear the gun into the post office?
No,
Why not?
because it's a federal building.
Okay, and why is that a problem?
Well, you're not supposed to do that.
Why not?
According to law, you can't do that, ma'am.
All right, so you understood it to be illegal to take a gun onto a federal building into a federal building such as the post office?
Yes,
And you knew that would be wrong for you to do that?
yes.
So did you leave it in the car again?
Yes,
Where at in the car?
glove compartment.
Why did you put it there?
So it'll be out of sight.
Were you concerned in some way that would require it to, that you would want it to be out of sight? Why did you put it in the glove compartment?
So it could be out of sight.
Okay. Did you think somebody was going to take it?
Anyone could take a gun if it's there, visible.
So you intentionally concealed it so no one would take it?
Yes.
Right. So what happened in the post office?
Nothing. I went and I didn't have mail.
No mail at all?
No.
What were you looking for?
What do you mean?
Was there some particular piece of mail that you wanted or that you were waiting on?
I just told you, yeah, unemployment check
Okay, unemployment check. And where did those come from?
from the state.
Did you know how the state got the information in order to provide you with an unemployment check?